Hi everyone, Teresa Aker here from Success Diaries with Teresa Aker. It's my privilege today to introduce you to James Catapano. How you doing, James?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on your show, Teresa.
Oh, it's my pleasure. So, James, I just want to tell everyone that we were talking earlier. You did the sound design for Don Q and was the sound consultant for the film. So, let's talk about how you got here, what you're doing today, and where you're going. So, how did this all start, James?
So basically, for about 25 years, I was doing hip hop, pop music, but I always had the love for movie stuff, sound design, and just overall sound. One day I was working my job, and an old friend of mine came up to me and he was like, "Hey, James, do you still record?" I said, "Of course I do." He's like, "I have these people that are coming from China and they want to work with somebody. They have a film called Land for Mercy." So I worked on this film. About 35 people came from Singapore. They came to New York City. I rented out a studio and I did an animation film with them called Land of Mercy.
Oh,
So yeah, it was pretty cool. It was out of nowhere. It was right after COVID. So work was slow. And then all of a sudden this popped up. It was a great opportunity for me. And did the film. I took off from work about 2, 3 weeks, worked nonstop on it. I did, it was a cartoon and I basically did ADR, analog dialogue replacement. So
okay.
then,
What is that, James? Just help us out for a second.
no problem. ADR, it's analog dialogue replacement. It's when you take the voice and you record it over a cartoon,
Oh, of course. Okay. Thank
like
you.
voiceovers,
Yeah. Okay.
voiceovers for cartoons. Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
I
yeah.
learned
So,
something today already, James.
so then they were like, we would love to have Armand Assante on this cartoon. Right.
Sure.
So I was like, oh man, the legend Armand Assante. It was like I would. So he didn't want to COVID. He didn't really want to come out during that time. So they had a car sent over for me, and they sent me over there.
Oh,
Yeah, it was pretty incredible. His house was beautiful. He was very warm. It was really hot that day. I can remember like it was yesterday. And I went over there. I set up the whole room. I made sure the acoustics were great, and I recorded him. We were on the phone with the director and he went back to Singapore. So we were working like I was there, Armand Assante was there, and then the director was directing us how he wanted Armand to perform.
okay.
And we did that for about 5 hours. So I'll give you an interesting story.
Sure.
The air conditioner broke and it was extremely hot during that recording. So Armand looks at me and said, "Listen, James, if you can't do this today, I understand it because now it went from 5 hours to 8 hours. So it's hot, really hot." I said, "Absolutely not." I said, "Armand, I'm sorry. I'm not going to let you outwork me." That's what I said to him. So he laughed, I laughed, and he loved my work ethic and he hired me for Don Q. And that's how it started.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
So,
fantastic. So you have done some other works before that because you were recognized, right?
yeah, I was doing more of like music production. But I went to school for this. I went to school for sound design and audio recordings. I went to school for it, but I just never used it for I never used it for what I was meant to use it for. I was just using it in like music production, it still all worked out, but this was my dream to do this.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that was, that was pretty incredible.
Oh, listen, I'm impressed. Well done. So what is your background then? What education do you have on this? What
so,
courses? What do you have?
so I'm an audio engineer
Audio
first.
engineer. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I went to school for. I went to Institute of Audio Research, and I also went to Kingsborough for broadcasting. So
Oh, fantastic.
yeah,
So what are you working on today? What is your goals today?
today is to continue to be in the movie industry. I got 3 movies in the background. I can't really talk about it yet until
Sure.
they release it. But I got 3 movies, big movies, with Armand and other people, because Don Q was the catalyst for this. So I got that going on, and then I also too I work with the rapper Busta Rhymes.
Oh, of
I do,
course.
yeah, I do his upcoming podcast. I'm one of the guys who film it, so I'm into everything.
You
And
are.
yeah, you know what it is? I learned you got to plant seeds, and I was so sick of like things not working out, so I planted multiple seeds. So if one didn't go through, okay, that would work because the business is crazy.
It is.
It's a crazy business.
We have a mutual friend in Nicole, Vegas, right?
Oh, Nicole,
Yes.
yes.
So, James, we talked about that. She actually said this very same thing you did. You need to have a portfolio with more than one thing. Be ready for anything that comes your way because the more you have in your toolbox, if you will, the better it is for you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you have to be ready for everything. I was telling my friend this. My cameras are charged. You never know when I have to go out. My
Yeah.
studio's set up. You got to be ready for the next job.
Absolutely. And so when James, when we're doing all of that, when you're out there and you're doing with the films, do you go to casting calls, or is that the sort of thing you do, or do you apply for that? What do you do to get these jobs, or do they just
Well,
come to you because you have a reputation?
thankfully, me and Armand are close. So the movies that he's casted for, he goes, "Hey James, the film's done. It needs some work. It needs, I don't know, the recording didn't come out good. I'll AI it, I'll repair it.
Oh, okay.
The movie sounds empty. There's not enough soundscaping, sound design. I'll do that." So it's after everything is done.
After. Okay, that's what I wondered because I thought, okay, how do you get connected here? And then how do you know when new projects come up? I imagine in the whole film world, but someone like me on the outside thinks, how do they do that? So
Yeah,
that's pretty
yeah.
good,
Well,
James.
that's a good question. That's definitely a good question. But just so you just want to get into it a little more with the sound
Sure.
design. A lot of people really don't know how important the sound design is. The sound
Oh,
design sets the mood, like the wind in the background. And I'm not talking about sound effects of people falling. I do that too, but like basically custom made soundscaping to create the mood of the movie.
oh,
Because there's constantly sound. People don't notice it, but there's constantly sound in a movie, even if it's not music. There's an air conditioner humming. There's the background noise. There's level. There's something going on, and if people like us didn't do that, you would see a huge disadvantage in the movie. It wouldn't feel natural. You know what I mean?
I agree with that because, and so first, I do understand how important it is, especially doing this talk show, because people have to be able to hear clearly, know what they're looking at. We're recording today, so you have to have the sound going together, and you need people like you to know, okay, how does this sound on television? Not just on when you're recording it, how's it going to sound on television for the audience? And then, of course, you probably have sound effects and so forth that you have to deal with as well.
Yeah, so there's a whole team involved. So
Yeah.
like in Don Q, there was the mastering engineer and it was Sam Scaff. He's my actual professor from NYU. He's terrific. I brought him on the project. So it was a great accomplishment to be able to come back and get my professor to help on the project.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so I had Sam and a couple other guys, and we just focused on the mixing of the film, the sound design, also too the critical problems in the film. Obviously there was problems in the film before it gets to the consumer, so the consumer never hears the problem. That's the goal. Like sometimes the mics are too close or they're muffled, and we have to repair it. And thank God for AI, man. You
Oh,
know, with the knowledge and the knowledge we learned in school plus AI together, oh my God. It's if you know how to use it right, again, you have to know how to use it right. A lot of people just pick up the AI and want to use it. But if you have the knowledge and you know how to use the AI, you're unstoppable. And you could really make these films, and even if the film's a low budget film, we can make it sound like Hollywood films.
oh, I agree. You know what, James? I'm learning AI now, and wow, what a world to be in right now. AI is so fascinating to me. And you're right, I have no idea how to use it. I'm trying, but I'm going to have to catch up with courses as well. But absolutely, James, if you know how to use it, I've seen some fabulous work. So well done. And I imagine you've got a good background with AI.
Yeah, a lot of people are scared of it, but my thing is if you learn it and you're a part of the changing times, just in general telling everybody this, it's nothing to fear because a lot of people are scared of AI.
I think it's a matter, James, of knowing what the purpose of it is. It's like when computers came out. I'm dating myself, but when they first came out, we didn't like they weren't even meant for home use. Okay. So a computer wasn't even meant for that. All of a sudden, everybody got embraced it. Now we're all using it. If you don't have a computer, it's what? You don't have a computer or a telephone? Like it was just
I
crazy.
know.
And now AI is the same thing. If you don't, and I'm moving as I go too, I'm learning and doing it all, but I'm fascinated by it because again, it's a whole nother plateau that we're seeing, and we're watching history in the making, aren't we? And it's moving quickly.
It's moving quickly. It's even hard for me to keep up. I'm constantly studying, constantly watching what's going on. Bring it back a little. I remember when the smartphones came out. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna learn them. I didn't do it for 2 months, and I got so more lost. So I had to like sit there for maybe 2 weeks and figure out what was going on. But it's crazy if you don't keep up.
It's
It's crazy.
true.
Yeah, and that's where the money is, the technology. You got also too if you're ahead of everyone else, then everyone needs that service. You understand? If you could teach people, there's tutoring, there's
Yeah.
so being ahead of the game is so important, especially when you want to make money.
Yeah, it's making the money. You're absolutely right. James, if you want to have a future in it, you're going to have to know AI. There's no doubt about it. But I think the authenticity, it still exists, but try to incorporate what you're doing naturally and incorporate the
100%.
AI. I think that's a perfect combination.
100%. Yes. I'm
Is
glad
that
you said
fair?
that. That's 100% fair. It's because AI could become too unnatural. Like you don't know.
Exactly. And then people are confused. Is this, they may even shy away from it because they know something's not right here, 100%. So I think you have to combine it. And if you're able to do that, beautiful. That's where the win is.
Yeah. So again, meeting Armand Assante was a
Sure.
really, you got to understand, meeting Armand Assante was big for me because it was somebody that my grandmother, my father adored. Like they, in
We
his
all
prime.
did, James.
Yeah. And he still has it. That's what's crazy
Yes,
when he just turns it on and there's no one like him. There's no one
exactly.
like Armand Assante. And
No.
he's still doing films. He's always in different countries, in France, everywhere, Italy. He's always everything he does, and no matter the task, he always delivers. And when you see Don Q, when you get a chance, you're gonna be like, oh God, he still delivers. He's a madman.
And you said that's on Prime and Tubi, right?
Yes, it's on Prime and Tubi. It's Don Q, Don, and then the alphabet Q. That's
Q,
it.
Don Q. Now,
That's
from
it.
there, you also mentioned, I think I heard you say you're doing something else with them down the road. Is that right? Or
Yeah, yeah. There's
I know you can't say everything, but
yeah, it's on IMDb. I could say it a little. Possibly we're going to be working on an AI movie with him.
oh, very good.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really big, really upcoming, and it's mind blowing what's going on in that movie. So I can't wait for that to come out.
You
That's a
must be so
project.
excited.
Yeah, that's a project that's pretty exciting, and just working with Armand, the people he's around are so brilliant, and they make you better because they're good. They're really good. So you got to keep yourself on your toes, and if you don't know something, they teach you. So
Oh, that's good.
I've been blessed to be around a great team. I People say they want to be around everything, but sometimes you just have to narrow down to your three, four good friends. They become friends. At first, you work with them, and you just, it's a job. But then you build relationships with them. You meet their wife, you meet their family, you eat over their house, and then it becomes like family. And that's what it is. I do my best work because you don't want to disappoint your family. You know what I mean? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It becomes more than a job for you. It becomes a way of life.
And you've earned the respect of someone like Armand Assante. That's a big deal, James. You're earning the respect of well-known people in the industry. And I had mentioned before, Nicole, different community, part of the community that you've been able to work with, and they respect that and you respect them. And that makes the community even stronger, doesn't it?
Yes, yes. So now anybody that I would bring in that Armand would trust me with. So everybody that like Luciano,
Yeah,
eventually,
Luciano, I had him on here. He's a great guy.
yeah, he's a good friend of mine. He's part of the team as well. I'm actually managing Luciano right now.
Oh,
I really believe in his books. I'm
I
working
do
on
too. I got the
that.
t-shirt, James.
Oh yeah, yeah, you did. Awesome. So what we're doing is we're trying to eventually make that a movie,
Yeah.
and I have the right contacts. So now slowly we're trying to push that in. You know what I mean? So that's something that you could look for the future. Nothing's done at all yet with touring the movie, but it's an idea that we're planting seeds, and every seed grows slowly, but it's you take your time with everything. So that's something that we want for the future. We definitely want to make that a movie.
I have the book here, A Howling in Brooklyn. So I have it right in
Yeah.
front of me. And what I wanted to say to you is if I really felt, and I certainly also read that I saw a movie in here too. When Luciano came on my show, actually asked him, "Do you see a movie in this?" And he said, "Absolutely." And I said, "Because honestly, I certainly do. I see a big movie coming in that." So well done. If you're part of that's terrific, James.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know you add value to it. And congratulations. Love to see that. And I'll tell you what, I've already told Luciano he offered the red carpet. He's going to do that. And honestly, I will promote and launch that. So that would be
Awesome.
awesome as
Thank
well. And
thank
anything you're doing, of course, I'm happy to launch as well with you.
thank you. So right now I just launched a new website. It's called www.digitaldropus.com. Basically, if you have audio files that don't sound good, you drop it on the website and then I email it to you back the next day and it's repaired. Yeah. So damaged audio, anything like that. You need mixing, anything for your movies, So I keep it simple. You just go to the website. It's called digitaldropus.com. You just drop your file off, and then I get back to you the next day within 24 hours.
Fantastic. I'll put that in the show notes as well for you, James.
Definitely.
Now, James, where do you see yourself in 5 years, my friend?
Where do I see myself in 5 years? I see myself continuing to do what I love. I see myself opening up, buying property, building bigger studios, and continuing with the movie stuff. I don't see myself dramatically changing what I'm doing, but just more Hollywood, bigger movies coming out. So I'm on the road where I want to be. I'm very confident where I am. I'm very happy. I'm going to continue working with established people and non-established people because again, my show that I know I'm jumping a little around.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
have a show called Get Your Business Right, where I bring on upcoming entrepreneur and a established person in the industry, and they give advice to each other. So I want to constantly make people better. So I want to bring people who are established on the show and people who are emerging entrepreneurs and could learn from these people. So as I grow, I want to keep on doing that because the culture is getting lost. And I want people think it's easy. And I've been doing this for 35 years. It's very hard. It's a very hard business. And if you don't know the tools, you're not going to succeed. And I want people to succeed. And I want people to really do this the right way. So that's what my show is going to have. It's called Get Your Business. And I want to continue doing that. So as I'm growing, I want to educate people. I want them to learn. And I just want to give my family the life I never had. That's
And
goal.
that's an absolute noble goal, James, honestly. Probably the number one, making sure
Yeah,
the family's got everything. Absolutely, 100%.
yeah,
They're number one, aren't they?
definitely.
And James, so when we look forward ahead, that's a course you're starting now? You're at the embryo stages, or is it already set up?
It's
Just to be clear.
I'm always look, I don't know what movie's popping up, but there's
Okay.
always a movie popping up. So I'm here.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
here. Yeah, it took 25 years to get here. I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
Perfect.
I'm just
Perfect.
waiting for the next film. That's how it happens.
Wonderful. Oh, that's wonderful. So I had a wonderful time with you today. I wondered if you'd come back and do another episode with us when you get the next ones under your belt. How's that?
Absolutely.
James, it was truly my pleasure to meet you today. I really mean that. I thank you so much for the knowledge that you've given us and your insight and where you're going. And I'd be happy to follow you and have you come back. So thank you so much.
Thank you. And let me know when this goes up and I'll share it.
Absolutely. So to everyone, do take a look at James. I will have all of his information in the show notes for you. He's doing amazing things now and he's on his way to even bigger things. So we'll follow you along, James. And to everyone else, this is Teresa Aker from Success Diaries with Teresa Aker. I hope you're having a great day. Do subscribe to my channel. I truly appreciate that. Have a great day. I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye-bye now.